He's kind enough to join us right now. Hello, Payton. How are you?
Hey guys, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Congratulations on the win. You're back home, it seems. Not a scratch on your face. Hardly broke a sweat. That's a nice night at the office, right?
Yeah, super successful night. I was extremely overprepared, I guess, but that's a good thing when you have those odds.
Yes, and you did tell us on Wednesday, don't really care about that stuff and whatnot. Did any of that like creep into your mind on Saturday or Friday? Like, shit, man, these odds are insane. I have to do something spectacular.
Not really. I always don't like it because it sets you up for, like you gotta do a great job. Otherwise, it's like, why were the odds that way? But I honestly wasn't really thinking about it. I don't think I really had time to think about it because that whole fight week is just so fast and everything's new to me. So everything is just coming at me like everything's new. So my mind's pretty occupied with just like everything in the present moment.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I got a lot out of it and learned so much, and I enjoyed the whole process of fight week, like with it being in front of a crowd. It was a lot of fun.
Would you say dramatically different than a fight week where you're about to fight at the Apex?
Yes, but I can't tell if that's just because there's more buzz and I had a lot more media obligation. But that was a lot different, as well as the ceremonial weigh-ins. Like I'm used to, getting the whole rest of my day to just like be a slug and just lay down and like reabsorb all my nutrients. But you got like more obligations. So, but despite that, I put on a lot of weight and felt great.
How much did you weigh on Saturday?
Like, I was like 161 with clothes on,
Oh,
but
wow. Holy
I,
shit.
I had quite a bit of clothes on. So I don't know.
That's almost 30 pounds.
I know, dude. I was just stuffing myself.
With what?
Oh man, I went to that oyster bar in Vegas at Palace Station. Best oyster bar. Like I heard it's the best in the US. And then we went to sushi. I had whatever the UFC gave me, a bunch of pasta and stuff. I had like pudding cake, just so much stuff, Ariel.
Yeah, is oysters, is that like a little bit sketchy before a fight? I mean, maybe you could get a bad one in there or something, or you not think about that stuff?
Not for me. I mean, they're sketchy because they're aphrodisiacs, so might get a little freaky after you eat them. But no, I get like the seafood boils. Like they have giant bowls with just a bunch of seafood in it, and I think seafood is so good for you after a cut because of the sodium.
Okay. At Palace Station, owned by the Fertitta brothers who used to own the UFC. Did you know that?
Yes, I did know that.
Did you go there for that reason? To be like a good
Yeah,
company man?
I go there after every weigh-in.
Really?
And like yeah, I have to wait in line for like an hour, but it's so worth it. That place is so good.
They don't let you cut the line.
No,
You don't
no, they
call
don't
in a
let me cut the
favor.
line.
If you'd asked Dana, he'd let you, I mean, he'd walk you right to the front.
Nah, I don't know how I feel about that.
You
I'm
don't want
just
to
a
be that guy.
civilian.
Yeah, you don't want to be that guy. You don't
No.
want the perks.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and what about the media stuff? I watched your post fight scrum, and I couldn't help but like, do you hate doing that? Are you just annoyed with the questions? The vibe that I got from you was like, you're not having a great time up here for 10 minutes answering these questions. Am I crazy?
Yeah. No, I don't really enjoy it that much. I'd rather just go, show up to work, do my job, and then that's it.
Why
But
don't you enjoy it?
I well, a lot of it's just the same question. So there's that. And then not everything needs to be explained. And a lot of people need more explanation and they overcomplicate things that, just they don't need to be overcomplicated. They don't need to be explained. Like sometimes you just need to see things and just take them at face value. And that's it. There doesn't need to be a whole discourse about, a 19-second knockout. But it was really cool that I got to address the vape conspiracy, which I'm sure you saw, because that's been going on for a long time.
Can I be honest with you? I watched your scrum, that video, the one that I'm referring to, and at the very end, you said that you wanted to clear this up, and maybe I just live on a different part of the internet. I had no idea what you were talking about. So by bringing it up, I feel like you drew more attention to it, and you live it. So can you explain what this is and why you felt the need to talk about this?
Yeah, I might have brought a little bit more attention to it, but it was like every picture I was posting, everything I saw, it was really bad on Twitter.
Okay.
I get a lot of hate on Twitter for whatever reason, but people were just commenting vape emojis and like, oh, Peyton's cool or whatever, but he stuck a vape up his ass. So
What?
I don't know how much we can defend him. And like even a bunch of guys that like think positively are like, dude, you have to defend this. This is like really weird that you got caught doing this. And I was honestly waiting for press to ask me because I thought, it was a big enough thing that they wanted clarification on it, but they never did. So I addressed it, and essentially it's just a video on X that I posted years ago during COVID, and it was my roommate trying to boot the habit of hitting a vape. And I was like, this kid is like very talented in his own ways, so he can like suck in air through his ass and fart. So we were like, dude, why don't you just like hit one last pull from it through your ass and it'll never make you want to hit it again because your ass cheeks were on it. And so he did, and I filmed it, and he pretty much does that, farts out a cloud of vape. It's hilarious. Like he actually farts out the smoke. And I'm like behind the camera laughing, but it's like from behind, so you can just see his back and like his ass. So people assume that it was me, even though it's like a super translucently white ass. Um, and yeah, but he didn't even boot the habit after that. He was still hitting
Really? It
it.
didn't work at all?
Yeah. It did for like maybe 10 minutes and he just like wiped it off and still hit
Oh,
it.
that is awful. And so you posted this when? 2020?
I think so, like around then. Yeah, we were just bored one day and like I wasn't even close to the UFC. I don't even think I was pro yet. So it would like, and I'm not going to delete it now, that's like part of my life before the UFC.
And how did this get, brought up now?
I think after I won my Contender Series fight or something, people were stalking my Twitter because I was off of it for a while. So it was like kind of in
Uh,
recency. And somebody was like, ain't no way this is the guy that just won. And yeah, then it went viral.
Damn. And so you felt the need to say once and for all, this wasn't you. This is the first time you address it. Do you feel like it worked? Like, do you feel like this will stop?
Probably not because a lot of people can't even find the video because there's like a notice over it. And maybe some people will be disappointed that it wasn't me, but I don't know. People believe what they want to believe.
What's the notice?
Oh, it's just like it doesn't show it. You have to like click like I will allow sensitive content.
Oh, geez. So it is like you see the dude's butt, like you actually see it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Wow.
pretty graphic.
Okay. Okay. And just for the record, would you ever partake in something like this?
No,
Okay.
I wouldn't be able to do that if I tried. I
I'm
don't know
just
how he does that.
just wanted to, clear the air on that. Okay. Because you got me to Google Payton Talbott vape, and then I kind of went down this rabbit hole of people talking about it. But again, I think if you never brought it up, I don't know. But maybe, if something was bothering you, do you feel better now that you've addressed it?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I've done what I can do about it, so I'm not worried.
Okay. And what about, I thought that you nailed, I mean, the knockout was great. Were you surprised, by the way, that that dropped him?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even think I hit him that hard. Um Yeah, it was really ironic the way that that happened, as you know, with the video that you brought up of my advice. I didn't realize he was even throwing a kick until I watched it back. So that might have just been like subconscious, but a lot of people thought that I was like baiting him.
Ah,
Oh.
I thought it was brilliant. Do you know if he actually watched it? Did he happen to say anything to you?
No, we didn't really have. I mean, he was Houdini after. I didn't see him as soon as I got my hand raised. Um, but I'm sure he did see it. Like he had to have.
People loved that. I was just wondering, like before the fight, stare down, weigh-ins, whatever, if he said anything to you backstage or on the stage. So nothing, no interactions.
No, I said good luck to him in French and like
Oh,
hi and everything, but I don't know what he said back to me because I don't speak French. I literally like Google translated how to say that behind him in line.
how do you
So
say it?
bonne chance.
Oh, well done. Well done. Yeah. Well done. And
Thank
then
you.
I have to say, I mean, obviously you get the first round finish. You're on a big card. It's huge. I legit thought you broke your ankle in the celebration.
No, I didn't. My ankles were
No, I know it's
fine. I
fine,
don't.
but like that was kind of scary. Maybe don't do that next time.
or maybe just land it.
or just land it. That's right. Do you usually land that?
I have, yeah. I actually just learned how to do that. So I landed it a couple times, but the more I have been cutting weight, the more like I was less able to practice it, and so I just threw it. I was like, whatever. Even if I land on the back of my head, still gonna throw it.
Okay. You didn't go for the shock one. You've retired that one for now. You brought out something which I thought was appropriate for the occasion, fighting in front of that many people. It felt big. Did it feel full in there when you were there? Like, did it feel like it was buzzy?
It felt about like half full, but it got really loud when I walked out. And I had a lot of people tell me that it was like a snooze fest before, super quiet, and then as soon as I walked out, like the crowd livened up. So that was really cool. And I felt it when they said my name.
My old co-host Daniel Cormier, he really upset me on Saturday, I have to say, because he's like, Payton has to work on his promos. I'm like, Dan, we know you're an old man, we know you're a boomer. This is part of the appeal. Don't change a thing. He's trying to make you into everyone else. He's trying to turn you into a pro wrestler. Like, no, the fact that you speak that way and act that way is part of what makes you you. And so I hope you don't take that advice to heart, because it was awful advice, if you ask me.
Yeah, I don't. Daniel's still got time to learn. He's the second daddest man on the planet. So
Yeah. And we
yeah,
spoke
second
last night.
most.
We spoke last night, by the way. He called me. He's like, "Oh, you're talking shit about me on Twitter." I'm like, "No. This was an awful take, and you deserve shit." And I said it in a very respectful way. I respectfully disagreed with him. He has to understand. And I even saw on the presser, you were like, "No, he's right. I do have to kind of work a little bit more on like getting my personality." I think what you're doing is just fine.
I do, but that being said, I think I could like I don't know say a little bit more. I just sounded a little robotic in the cage after, but I think there's times to bring that personality out, and there's also times that you just not much needs to be said.
Right.
So yeah, there's it's a game for sure, but yeah, I'm not going to take it too much to heart.
Do you feel like life is changing in front of your eyes? Like, are you noticing a difference, the attention that you're getting, the way people are treating you?
Yeah, for sure. I've kind of just been holed up in my house the last day or so because I'm like
You
I
don't
don't want
like it.
to. I mean, it's part of it. I don't really like it. I wish things could just stay the same at my home base, but um, yeah, I think I get a feeling for what the future is going to be like, and I can just like internally feel the way that things are going to go, and it's a little scary and intimidating, but it's also exciting.
Is it because you're a shy person or socially anxious? Like, why is this scary and intimidating?
I just don't like having the spotlight on me, honestly. Like it's just with people watching, like, oh, what's next? What's next? Sometimes it just like I don't know, it makes me a little uncomfortable, a little uneasy when people are watching too hard. I just desire to be watched and not seen, you know?
What's interesting about that is you do a lot of things that draw attention. And I don't mean to say that you're doing it on purpose, but like the way you fight, the way you look, the way you put together your videos, like all of that is attention drawing, and yet you don't necessarily want the attention.
No, no. I just like want satisfaction with myself. I mean, the attention is cool. Like there's like parts of it are really cool. Like the seeing how hyped everybody was when I walked out to the fight. That's awesome. Seeing people clap and cheer my name when Bruce Buffer says my name is so cool. But then like when I go to like the breakfast joint down here and I have my headphones on and I'm sitting alone, I want to sit alone. I don't want a bunch of people coming up to me. So there's just like pros and cons with that.
Is that happening already?
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man.
I'm gonna try to get a dinner with just being left alone, but I know it's probably not likely. It's okay though. I love like all the people in my city and everything as long as it's done in the right way.
Sure. And when I say worse, I don't mean like in a bad way, but it's only going to get worse, right? Like it's only going to get more intense. And so how do you plan to deal with that?
I think just adjusting. At the end of the day, like disappointment always comes from expectation. So if I can just change the way I expect to be treated when I go out and just take care of that, I think that'll be all right.
One thing that I find interesting about you and the relationship of the fans towards you is you aren't afraid to be yourself. and to do things that might make the sort of alpha male fan base uncomfortable. Like this one video of you doing the pole stuff, whatever that's called. What do you call that? Not but
Pole fitness. You
pole
can call it pole dancing. I don't
pole.
care.
Man, like I see people like they're not sure what to make of it because you could kick all their asses and you're doing something like this and they're like, I can't fucks with this. I can't. I'm like, well, why not? He could kick your ass. And so could I ask, how do you, like when you see that type of stuff, when you see people reacting that way, how does that make you feel?
It's just funny to me. I don't really like a lot of the MMA fan base, and I don't do that things out of spite for people, but I think it's hard for people when they see somebody that they can't box in to their like own parameters that they're used to. They just like come up with a word that you know they feel like they can box them into. And I think it's really hard for MMA fans to put me in a box, and I hope so. I hope I'm very hard to box in because I don't like being, a boxable guy. So yeah, I don't know. A lot of times that's like gay. Like he's a gay dude, or he's zesty, or he's this, or he's that. And I just think people have a really hard time characterizing me into this like identity of a fighter. But I'm trying. Hopefully, maybe someday that changes what the expectations are of a fighter. We're not just like mules that go out there and beat the shit out of each other. We're actual people with hobbies.
And so is that a hobby of yours? The pole fitness stuff? Is that something you do often?
Semi often, and when I'm like not tired with training. And my sister owns a studio like right down the street from me, so she lets me go in there and practice on the poles. I actually have one set up on my porch, but we just had to take it down to take pictures.
Oh, and like, how did you learn how to do that? Did she teach you?
Yeah, my sister and my mom taught me.
Wow, your mom does it too.
Yeah, which like they're not dancers, but they're pole fitness instructors, so they teach classes there. And my mom is like a super big advocate in the competition aspect of it, and she thinks that it should be in the Olympics, and she hopes to compete soon. She does a lot of performances, so
Wait, your mom hopes to compete.
yes, yeah.
Wow. How old's your mom? If you don't mind me asking.
She's in the low 50s, I think. She
Good
won't
for
she won't
her.
really tell me.
Well, there's
Yeah,
there's not many 50-year-olds hoping to compete in the Olympics.
no, dude, she's all over the place. Like she's a plastic surgeon in her day job. She competes in jujitsu competitions. She's in the gym rolling with me semi often.
What?
She's doing pole classes. She's all over the place, dude. She's like
Wow.
me.
That's incredible. And these classes, are there other men there?
In the pole classes,
Yeah.
pretty rarely. I've gotten my teammate Sinjin to do a couple classes. It's actually really impressive how good people like that do MMA are at pole. But yeah, I'm usually the only guy in there.
Do you feel like it helps you with your MMA fighting doing this stuff? And if so, how?
Yeah, like the core strength, the demands of that are insane. The grip strength, and then just being able to like have control over your body, like while it's upside down or really uncomfortable or in pain,
Yeah.
and like move your body in an appealing way through those situations is very similar to fighting because you got to execute the right technique while somebody's trying to hit you.
Have you ever done it and like fallen on your head or something like that? Like you lose your grip or yes.
Oh yeah, I've slipped plenty of
Do you
times.
put mats on the ground?
You're supposed to, but you know me,
Right.
I don't.
Crazy. And does it bother your sister and your mom that like most people equate that to just, this is what strippers do?
A little bit. They're trying to like push for the more fitness narrative of it, but that's just part of it. They understand it. And they also appreciate like they don't think that stripping is like devalues pole at all. They actually see the value in both. So it's a weird game of like not devaluing the other while promoting the other.
Hmm. Did any of your family members come to the fight on Saturday?
Yeah, my mom and sister, or I mean my mom and brother were there.
Okay. Wow. And did they get to go to the other fights because they were at the Apex? I know those are harder tickets to get to. Like, or was this their first time at a UFC for you?
Yeah, I think just my mom was at the last fight, and then the fight before that, I don't think she got to go. But yeah, I'm trying to regularly get them there.
You like them being there?
I do. It's more for them. It doesn't matter for me who's there and who's not, but it makes them happy and they support me. So
Okay. And could I ask, if you don't mind me, is your dad? Do you have a relationship with your dad?
I do. We like don't talk as often.
Okay.
But I love my dad. I'm just growing up, and he's doing his own thing. I'm doing my own thing, and we've had like kind of a tricky relationship throughout my late adolescence, like 18 to 25. But we're on good terms, and he was an excellent dad throughout my childhood.
Okay. Do you hear from him when you fight? Like a moment like Saturday, do you hear from him?
Yeah, yeah, he reaches out to me like semi often.
Okay. I'm glad to hear that. Did the brass talk to you afterwards? Did you have a chat with Dana, with Hunter? They express how excited they
Oh
are about you?
yeah, yeah. I chatted with Sean a little bit. He told me, what my call out warrants, as well as something else I can do. He just gave me some options, and I have a feeling Adrian Yanez is. I think he's booked with somebody, or he's about to be. So I might have to catch him at the end of the year, and I might maybe get one in before that.
Oh,
We'll see.
how soon?
I don't know, man. I really wanted to take this summer and enjoy it. But I don't know, the end of the year is kind of far away. So we'll see. I just need to like think about it, and like, do I really want to compete 4 times this year? It's a lot,
Yeah.
it's not even the fighting, it's the weight cut, it's everything in between, the strength and conditioning, me not being able to skateboard.
Do you think that they're like, is it because they're offering you something that is sooner than you would have liked?
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I mean, if you we'll get you back in there as soon as you want,
Okay.
like you didn't take any damage. We have openings for you. So they said that, but yeah, like I said, I'm not sure.
Okay. And by the way, do you think eventually you'll move up to 45 or 55?
I really don't want to, but I'm getting heavier and heavier. And I haven't done strength and conditioning for the majority of my career. I just started with these last 2 fights, and I can see how much that's like putting muscle on my body and how dense I'm becoming. So I'm gonna try to stay at 35. Maybe towards the end of my career, I'll go up to 45, but I might just have to like not eat as much in between camps because I like to get chunky.
Yeah, no, no. Don't we all? And how did the merch drop go?
Oh, it went good. We got like 2 more days, so
And that's
get
it.
it in while you can. I'm actually wearing one of the shirts right now.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and then it's got like my wins, my record on the back, which is cool. It's like a band T-shirt.
And we just showed the promo that you dropped on your YouTube channel, the 20-second promo, which was a trip in its own right. The wins, does it have the updated wins? Like, did you print this before the fight? Really? And you put the new number, the 9.
No, no. So I didn't print it before the fight. It's like a pre-order. So I have the design made,
Okay.
and I said in the description on the website, actually, if I lost to Gamori, that I would actually change it to a loss, and I'd still sell the shirt because you got to live with that.
Oh wow.
But thankfully, I won, so I don't have to change it.
I love it. And where can people get it? What's the website? What's the
Uh,
URL?
it's PaytonTalbott.shop. Yeah, and I think we have like 2 more days left to order, so get them in.
And are you going to do a YouTube video for this fight? Like, when's the next one? When I know they take a while, but like, are we getting a fight week one?
Yeah. Yeah, you guys should probably expect one in about like a month or so.
Oh,
We'll
damn.
see. I want to I want to try to get some good content of me like traveling and doing all kinds of stuff the next couple weeks. So, yeah, you guys will get another beefy one when the time is right.
When you say beefy, what do you mean by that?
Oh, dude, they're just getting longer and longer.
Yeah,
Like the
yeah.
last one was 20 minutes, and our goal is like 15, but we have all this footage, and we're like, there's just so much to edit.
I'm cognizant of the time because you told me I have 28 minutes with you, and we're approaching 28. We've got 2 minutes left, so I just want to be cognizant. That's why I'm rushing through all the stuff at the very end here. And then on Saturday, did you stick around for the main event? Did you watch prayer or did you leave?
No, they kick you out.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
They don't even. I was like, they're like, "Do you have a ticket?" And I was like, "I just fought." And they're like, "No exceptions, man." I was like, "Are you joking?"
They legit walk you out of the building.
Yeah, yeah, they wouldn't let me back in.
That's crazy. Back in the day, there used to be a VIP room with ice cream and all kinds of desserts, and all the fighters would just hang there. That doesn't exist.
No, yeah, that's what they told me. They got rid of it with COVID.
Yeah, what does
So
that
I went
mean?
and
What does that mean? You're all going to
I
get
don't
COVID
know,
if you sit
man.
there? You just fought in an arena full
Yeah.
of 20,000 people. So they walk you out. Like, how quickly after the fight are you escorted out?
As soon as you're done with your media, you're out.
Do you get to take a
Dunzo.
shower?
Nope. Well, I took one when I got home, but
What do you mean when you got home? Like,
oh, the Airbnb. Sorry, the
oh yeah, I was like,
Airbnb.
what? 2 days later? Wait a second. You're not even allowed to go back into the locker room to take a shower? That can't be.
No, I didn't even know there were showers there.
That's crazy. So you walk out what in your UFC Venom gear?
Yeah, well, I changed, but yeah, I got my backpack on and everything.
And where'd you go?
I went back to the Airbnb, streamed the rest of the fights, and then we went and saw Cascade.
I don't know what that is. Is that a band?
He's a DJ.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw Uriah Faber out. We had quite a few drinks. It was a good time.
Legend. I mean, the original California kid. Now you're the well, you're not really from California, but you got the same vibe as Uriah back in the day, the hair and all that. Well
Yeah.
done. Congratulations. You did it again. By the way, does the nose ring hurt? I feel like that hurts, that one. It's very pointy. Does it hurt?
No, but whoever I'm romantic with says that it hurts. So I usually don't like to wear this one too often.
Oh, like it hurts them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
kinda pokes them a little
yeah.
bit.
Geez, it doesn't hurt you though.
No, it just sits there. But I like to change them out.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's working. Whatever it is, it's working. Well done. Congratulations on the win, and enjoy the time off. Enjoy all the fame and fortune that is coming your way, all the attention and the autograph seekers and photo seekers. And don't let the internet get to you. You know, like they're gonna find videos of you, doing vape hits from your butt. Big deal. Okay, no judgment here.
Will do. Thank you, Ariel. Appreciate your time.
Take care, man. All the best to you, and congrats again. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it very much. Hey, if you like this video, give us the old thumbs up. Subscribe as well. You could get many more of these videos on the channel, so please do that. We would love you forever if you did so.